Okay, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, what I want you to do, because you can see my screen as well as I can see it, I do want you to put in collateral for notes, semicolon, form and tenure, tenure, semicolon, redemption, semicolon, etc., 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 etc. Anyway, and I want you to go to the federalreserve.gov website when you do the search. Federal Reserve, see, Federal Reserve banknotes. Federal Reserve Bank purchasing such bonds shall permit to take out an amount of circulation notes equal to the par value of such bonds. Now it says for collateral notes, this is what we've been reading to y'all from page 79 and 78 of the Congressional Record. It's where you're going to find Section 18 of the Federal Reserve Act. Section 18 of the Federal Reserve Act. This was the amendment done by the Trading with the Enemy Act. See? Hold on. As amended by the Act of March 9, 1983, 48 Stat 6, page 6. All right, now hold on now. This paragraph was in effect repealed by Section 3 of the Act of June 12, 1945. Technically, it wasn't repealed. Say what? It wasn't repealed. Say what? Wait, it wasn't repealed. But it said, no, don't worry about what it says. Don't worry about what it says. We're going to take a little trip. But it says, no, don't, okay. It says it was amended. Then it says, pay attention. This paragraph was in effect repealed by Section 3 of the Act of June 12, 1945. Hold on now. In effect. All power and authority with respects to the issuance of circulating notes, known as Federal Reserve Bank notes, pursuant to 6th paragraph of Section 18. This paragraph right here is number 6. Hold on. Let's go on down here. Pursuant to the 6th paragraph of Section 18 of the Federal Reserve Act, as amended by Section 401 of the Act, approved March 9, 1933, 48, Stat 1 and 6, shall cease and terminate on the date of enactment of this Act. Whew! So it was replaced, not terminated. Hold on, let's find out what it's replaced by. Y'all want to see some replacements? Man, I saw that movie. That movie was weak. Anyway, Title 15 of the U.S. Code, subsection 77C. This deals with securities. Because remember, they said them things were securities, so it didn't belong under the Federal Reserve Act anyway. You feels me? But remember, the Securities Act wasn't created at the time that was created. So that's why in 1945, they saw fit to move it, like the way you move it. That's a stupid song, ain't it? Ladies and gentlemen, there's another stupid song. I like it raw. That song right there, I never paid attention because the person, when he rapped it, said it, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, but now I understand what he's saying. And I promise you, I am offended that I listen to such mediocre and vulgar trash. That's what you heard me say. I said trash. Why trash? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it works out like this. And I want y'all to understand because some of y'all are not going to get it. As one of Jehovah's Witnesses, there are things that I just don't listen to, won't allow myself to listen to, won't allow myself to think about. That junk right there, although now I understand why so many older folk hate rap, because they actually take the time to listen to the words. Don't worry about it. My mother and father and stuff, when I was growing up, they took the time to listen to the words of songs too. We were taught just to listen to the beat. Give me a beat! What? Janet Jackson, nasty girl. She was calling herself a hoe in the song, saying she wanted to be with another hoe, a nasty boy. Come on now. Get with it. We were taught to, give me a beat. Listen to the beat. We weren't taught like our parents to listen to the words. That's why their parents Remember, the people growing up in my mother's time were taught to listen to the words. I've had the time of my life. Okay, they were taught to listen to the words. But their grandparents were taught to judge people by their actions, which is why they took offense to the shaking of the hips by Elvis Presley and the other rock and roll bands. Remember, it wasn't rock and roll that they were upset about. It was the rocking and the rolling that they were upset about. Each generation is something different. So I'm now understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, Title 15 of the U.S. Code, subsection 77. I want y'all to pay attention. Exempt securities. Pay attention now. Got to be registered with them, mother. Any security issued or guaranteed by the United States. Any security issued or guaranteed by the United States. Under the authority of Congress or under the authority of the United States. Any security and any security issued or by representing the interest or in any direct obligation of the Federal Reserve Bank. Representing an interest of the Federal Reserve Bank, huh? Participation in any common trust fund. Participation in any common trust fund, like Social Security Trust Fund, ooh, or the Treasury Trust Fund, ooh. Hold on. Gives definitions of an investment company. Hold on now. And look at what Act it puts here, the Investment Company Act of 1940. Uh-oh. Or any security which is an industrial development bond, the interest of which is excludable as gross income. Oh my stars. Single trust fund. Participation in a single trust fund or in a collective trust fund maintained by a bank. Or any security arising out of a contract issued by an issuance company. Ooh, wait, they're just talking about a lot of securities here, y'all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, remember we were talking about redeeming of bonds? No, we weren't. You were talking about that. No. Federal Reserve was talking about redeeming of bonds. Go back up here. We told y'all to pay attention. Okay, redemption of bonds. Look, Federal Reserve purchasing bonds. Redemption, circulation, value. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about you redeeming your bills of exchange. That's what this conversation's about, y'all. Y'all got to go read this section right here because it talks about the bills of exchange. It talks about them acts. It talks about collateral. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the section. This is your best friend. This is your best friend. You need to understand it. Collective trust fund. Man, I ain't got no collectives. I'm not part of the collective. But you want to be part of the collective trust fund if you want to apply this section. A security issued or guaranteed by a bank. The Treasury Department is a bank, ain't it? Bank means a national bank. Well, the Treasury is the most national of all banks in the United States, right? Or banking institution. Banking, whoa! Or banking institution organized under the laws of the United States. The president called us banking institutions. Man, this applies to us and we didn't even know it. Investment Company Act. Any notes, draft, bills of exchange, banker accept, which arises out of a current transaction, or the proceeds of which have been or are to be used for a current transaction. Current transactions, pay attention, y'all. Or which has a maturity at the time of issuance of not exceeding 9 months, exclusive to days of grace, and any renewal thereof, the maturity of which is likewise limited. Any security issued by a person organized or operated exclusively for religious, education, or benevolent purposes, charitable purposes, reformatory purposes, and not pecuniary profit, and no part of the net earnings of which inures the benefit of any person, private stockholder, individual, or any security of a fund, blah, blah, blah. The security issued by a savings bank. You ain't got too many of them left after the savings bank fiasco, debacle. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your section. You are a banking institution. This is the governance section. This is where you're going to start. This is where that act was sent to when they, quote unquote, repealed it. Repealed doesn't mean that they abrogated it, got rid of it. repealed just simply means with Congress that they moved it someplace else. For instance, the thing that got me started on this was the 1295 USC, that one, where that has been repealed. Watch this. We're going to do 1, 2, USC 95. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have to mention one thing to you if you guys don't mind. I have a condition. Oh yeah, my mama used to have conditions too. She had a conditioner in her hair and a conditioner that helped keep her hair dry. My mama had all kind of conditions. Not talking about that type of condition. Ladies and gentlemen, right now it is 88 degrees inside. I feel like it's 49 degrees. I've actually got a slight chill going on. Let's chill. Let's settle down. That's what I want to do. That for me and you. Oh, baby. Sorry, those are the songs we listened to back in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a look at this. This is any order providing for the safety, blah, blah, blah. This is that wonderful March 1933 Act. Ladies and gentlemen, this will tell you that this was repealed. Okay? This will tell you that this was repealed. But it wasn't repealed. It will tell you that the March 1933 Act was not repealed, amended. Not repealed. Ladies and gentlemen, this was 12 USC 95. It wasn't repealed. It was moved. See, that's 95. This was not repealed. This was moved. So watch what we do now. We're going to go to a non-positive law. Oh, yeah, I wasn't supposed to do that. Hold on. We're going to go to 50. University, USC, University of California. And then we're going to go to 4305. What? Usher. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. Really? Why would you want to say that to a woman? You remind me of a dream. You remind me of a Jeep. You remind me of a Jeep. What the? Do you listen to these songs and the words, people? Those of you who don't understand, you remind me of a Jeep. That's R. Kelly. Okay? You remind me of a Jeep. And then Usher says, you remind me of a girl I once knew. Why would you tell that to any woman? You remind me of, man, you remind me of my ex. What the? Lord have mercy. She's your ex. You once knew her. Why would you tell that to somebody new that when they look at you, they're thinking of someone else? That don't make no sense. Start paying attention to the words to these stupid songs, people. R. Kelly, you remind me of a Jeep, and then you got LL Cool J, backseat of my Jeep. Let's make an episode. What the? Who would want to tell a girl, let's go to the backseat of my Jeep? Because I think so much of you that the backseat of my Jeep is good enough for you as it is for my dog. What the flying fart? People, start paying attention to the words you use. I apologize. I'm in this reflective part of thinking about what we say and how we say it and how often we say it. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 USC 4305. I want you, see, relating to ally of an enemy, not trading with an enemy, ally of an enemy. This is the Trading with the Enemy Act, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. If the president, if he finds it compatible with the safety of the United States. Let's go to Section B, if y'all don't mind. During a time of war, the president may, through any agency that he designates, and under any such rules and regulations he may prescribe, by means of instructions, license, or otherwise, but you want to know what they don't put in here? Acquittance. 95 has acquittance. This does not have acquittance. See, the other one says shall amount to acquittance. This one doesn't do that. Go ahead, take a look. You won't see the word acquittance here. Yes, there it is! Like I told you, they moved it here. So let's read it so those of you who need to understand, need to understand. It didn't change anything. They moved it. Any payment, conveyance, transfer, assignment, or delivery of property or their interest therein made to or for the account of the United States. That's why everybody was doing it for the interest of the United States or to the order of the United States, or as otherwise directed pursuant to this subdivision or any rule, regulation, instruction, or direction issued hereunder, shall to the extent thereof be full acquittance and discharge for all purposes of the obligation of the person making the same. And no person shall be held liable in any court for in respects to anything done or admitted in good faith in connection with the administration thereof. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the section y'all needs to be using. 50 USC 4305. Acquittance. Let's find out what acquittance means. Do y'all don't mind? It says acquittance and discharge. We're only going to do acquittance. We ain't going to do discharge. Y'all already know that word. Written receipt attesting the statement of a fine or debt. Ladies and gentlemen, the meaning of acquittance is a document evidencing a discharge from an obligation, especially a receipt in full. I need y'all to pay attention. So finally, ladies and gentlemen, AmeriLegion. This is what AmeriLegion is doing. Can y'all help me so that I can help y'all understand? AmeriLegion is doing all the legwork for you. AmeriLegion is finding and processing the information for you. So you don't have to. They're putting together the record for you. They're organizing the record for you. That's what you're paying them for. You're not paying them to do it 100 times. You're not paying them to do it 50 times. You're only paying them once. Just that simple. They're doing what you should have done a long time ago, which you can't do. They're organizing it, putting it together. They're even notarizing it. They're sending it also to the credit bureaus for you on your behalf. When they do it, sorry, I got these ground squirrels that are all over my property again. I told you they're the cutest little animal, but they're not cute anymore. They're going to die. About to get them some poison so that they can go to Belle Biv DeVoe and camp out. That girl is poison. Why would anybody want to be around a girl who's poison? Come on, people, think about these words of these stupid songs. I wanna sex you up. Who would say that to a woman? If she's a woman. Again, the words of these songs that we listen to. Sorry, just where I went. All right, ladies and legal release is a legal instrument that acts as, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what this is, but that's not what I'm looking for. Okay? I'm not looking for that. Y'all want to look up legal release? Y'all look that up, but I'm not. That's not what I'm looking for. Let me explain to you about Frugal and these other AI systems. That junk is designed to take us off track. Ladies and gentlemen, stay on track. Stay on track. Don't go and, ooh, look, a red balloon. Ooh, look, a purple balloon. Ooh, mommy, look. Oh, daddy. Oh, ooh, I gotta have that. Why? I was just explaining to someone the other day about brand new. Everybody knows of something that is called brand new. Ladies and gentlemen, new is a brand. Like Raisin Flakes. Raisin brand. It's a brand. It is not a description of what something is. It is a brand called new. The only thing about it is the United States patented the phrase brand new. It's an economic term. It means participation in the economy. We can lie and make you think that this thing is actually new. When we know when Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun, well, he was right, because everything produced is just recycled material. Ladies and gentlemen, one man's treasure is another man's junk. That statement has more meaning to it than you could possibly understand. Everything that's invented, made, or created comes from junk. You don't believe me? The computer you're using comes from recyclable junk. The car you're driving in comes from recyclable junk. Something that already existed, that died and was reclamated and put back into circulation. Junk. And yet, you think it's valuable. So one man's junk is another man's treasure. Don't take my word for it. Go back and rethink it. Now, getting back to the full acquittance, ladies and gentlemen. You want to etch this in your mind and in your documents. This is your best friend, okay? 50 USC 4305. Now remember, you need to put together a preponderance of evidence that rebuts the stupidity. So you're going to take page 78, 79, and 83 of the Congressional Act of March 9, 1933. The record, remember, this is October 6, 1917. That's where all of this comes from. You want to take that plus the March 9, 1933 Act, which is only about 4 pages. You want to put that on the record and say, I'm sorry, but I'm discharging this junk. And guess what? I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I know that the court operates in ignorance because it operates on a presumption of law. Here is the preponderance of evidence to the contrary. And then you highlight the sections, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I've done the best I could with bringing this to y'all's attention so y'all can pay his attention. I had one guy, I tried to let him know. I honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to let him know. The mother told me to stay out of his business. Says what he was doing works, and he was going to stick to it. No problem. I stayed out of his business. That's why I'm not mentioning the circumstances of that right now. I am the person. I give Rob Ryder his credit. Rob Ryder gets credit because he shows you what he's talking about. When he was doing it, the person who did the ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, Mr. Ben Lowry, who doesn't do videos anymore. Well, he does videos, but not along this line. Ben Lowry tried his best to bring you guys the laws and tried to explain it to you the best he could. So I've always given Ben his credit because he tried. Ladies and gentlemen, stop listening to these people who are telling you what the law says. Stop listening to them. If they can't show it to you, stop listening to them. If they can't show it to you, stop listening to them. Just had a lady calling me today talking about, oh, by the way, for those of you who say you can't hear me, we've done a lot of adjustments. It turns out that the system keeps adjusting my system. So I have had to pay for some things that are going to prevent the augmenting and changing of my system so that you guys can't hear me. But you'll be able to hear me now. So every time you hear me raise my voice, that's for you people who claim you couldn't hear. That's me letting you know that I've corrected that problem. Okay? My bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this information is being provided to you so that, yes, even with all the antics, because that's what I do. RedressRight has not changed, people. Go back and pay attention. The only thing y'all not hearing in this video is, I love music, any kind of music. I love music, just as long as it's groove. Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, even that song was stupid. Okay? But don't take my word for it. Go back and listen to the words. Sha-la-la-la-la means I love you. Means I'm thinking of you. Come on now, listen to the words. That's not, in some people's mentality, that's music, but that's not music. It doesn't mean anything. That's why it fades. That's why it goes away. But go back and think about the songs that you remember that actually said something, that had meaning to it, that everybody still talks about to this day. Go ahead and take a listen. Yes. They play music over and over and over again. It's called play ola. They keep playing the same song over and over and over again. Man, I just heard that just a minute ago on such and such station. Oh man, they play that song again? Oh man, that's my song. No, turn that up. You guys don't get it? How you're being manipulated every single day? Commercials. Man, I didn't know. I promise you I didn't know how bad commercials were because I don't look at commercials. I don't watch regular TV. Have not watched regular TV since I think like 2002. That's when I had a regular TV and I'd sit there and I'd watch TV. Everything I watch, I stream, I download. Where is it? I don't think it's up. Yeah, let me see. No, not there. Not there. I think it might be here. This is the VPN I just got, but is it here? No, that's not it either. Sorry, I watch movies and I was downloading movies from this site. This site is called Torrent Galaxy. TorrentGalaxy.to. Okay? And so this is how I watch my TV shows and my movies. I watch them online. There are no commercials. Even though if I click on this one, watch this. Crimes of the Future, it's going to give me a warning. Please be advised that the upload contains ads from a bunch of idiots who put ads. Oh no! My VPN! That's not my VPN! Ha ha! No, it's not my VPN. I have a VPN. I mean, my IP address, not my VPN. I have a, VPN. The VPN that masks my IP address because I needed it. I got tired of the stupidity. So, need a VPN. Sorry, I got a VPN. Matter of fact, I got that VPN. That's why I was on that page. Because I just got it. Okay. Whew. That's enough. That's a mouthful. Look at that. 50. USC. Is this positive law? We don't care about it being positive law, ladies and gentlemen. You know what makes something quote-unquote positive so-called law? Nothing. It's called positive law title, not positive law. Get that short phrase out of your mouth. It's called positive law title. Only the title is construed as positive law. What makes it positive law in their junk is when you add this stuff. October 6, 1917 Act, the March 9, 1933 Act. This is what makes it positive law because you back it up with the evidence of its so-called wannabe enactment. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you get a chance, it is Section 2. See, there's your acquittance. So, Section 2 of 50 USC 4305. You want full acquittance. Why? Because especially those of you who got mortgages. This is what SATCOM is going to be doing for you guys in the very near future. But that's why I told you, if you ever tried to give a money order for a property, AmeriLegion documents that for you. Okay? And once you discharge it, AmeriLegion files the paperwork for your discharge with the government. Once you discharge it, for all purposes of the obligation, the purpose of making the same, no such person shall be held liable in any court. We gonna pay things to the order of. We gonna send it to the proper parties whom it's supposed to be sent to. We gonna follow the law, and if anybody want to argue, you better go argue with Congress, because our organization is going to include the statutes. Okay? Yay! The only thing you don't have to do is you don't have to do any of the work. They do it for you. That's what you're paying them for. You're paying them for the service. Hey, y'all have a good day, okay? AmeriLegion and the other websites that many of you, we've been hacked, so we've corrected those other website issues. So you shouldn't have any problem, and our site will finally, after 90 days, finally be migrated by the end of today, I'm told. So, hey, took that long, and then the Eon, that's why I couldn't put up the Eon.tv channel. That will be up over the next couple of days. So thank you all for your patience. 30 minutes. Have a nice day, everyone. Adios.